Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's going to be a little bit of a rerun for this video, but I hope by the end of this video, if you stick with me, you will agree that it's worthwhile, because I have done Alien already, but it was one of the very first videos that I did for the channel. Here it is. You may well have watched it already, and that went up on the December the 24th, 2017. So an early Christmas present for everyone. My goodness me. The problem with these early videos were, well, there were several of them. First of all, I had a shit headset, so the audio quality was awful. It was popping and banging the whole time. Secondly, I had no editing going on whatsoever, so everything back then was just a straight Bandicam capture. On top of that, I didn't even realise at the time, I'm rather ashamed to admit it, didn't even realise that you could pause and unpause Bandicam to make a single continuous video. There was an awful lot of stuff went in the bin back in the early days because I didn't understand that I could just pause and unpause Bandicam. So 9 months later, hopefully we can agree that things are a little bit better. The quality of the videos is a little bit higher. There's some editing going on, overlays and graphics where required, and all that kind of thing. And on top of that, I didn't actually get this right first time around. When I did that video, whilst the method was mostly there, I did make a couple of mistakes. So I'd like to get it right the second time round. Obviously, the other thing is that we didn't have this DX, so we've got this fantastic DX by Tommy now, which takes the machine to a whole new level, because this is a very, very good looking machine, and it was a very good looking machine in real life. And then furthermore, I have seen a few comments on several forums now, and also comments on the videos on my channel, that some people just haven't quite got their head around the Alien method. So I was hoping that maybe if I do it again, I can explain it enough that it's at a point where everyone can have a go at it and kind of replicate this in the emulator for themselves, because this is one of the more tricky methods that I have had over the years. Now, I've always been honest about this. I've never worked any of this shit out for myself, or none of the complicated things. Some of the more basic stuff, and I have talked about that, I've kind of got most of the way there by myself, but certainly something like Alien, not a chance in hell. I could play this machine for a million years, and without outside information, I would have never worked this one out. Now, there were 4 ROM revisions for this. P1 and P2 were trivially emptyable. I think you could cheat it quite easily, just getting to the £70 value on the left and right hand side here. P3 was trickier, but you could still trap it around this area, I believe. But then by P4, which is the ROMs that we're running here, it was all about getting to out of this world up here, which is a Jackpot feature, which it doesn't block as hard as it should. Now on the left hand side here, this rambling text document that you can see, this is how I tried to explain this to somebody else who suggested to me that this was quite a boring machine to play in the emulator, and I kind of took the knowledge that I had and what had been explained to me and tried to put it into a document, if you will, to explain to someone who had never played an Alien before how they could actually do it and replicate the kind of getting to out this world, the trapping it, if you will, for out of this world, which is a £70 jackpot for themselves. So the goal of this video, through the medium of this awesome DX layout, is to hopefully get everyone to a point where, if they are minded to and they want to have a crack at this for themselves, they can load this layout up and trap it for that £70 jackpot, as you could on the P4s in the wild, and as I had a few of them here. Now then, the really annoying thing for me is that I actually had the method and I had some aliens locally, but I felt that it was so complicated that I couldn't even give it a try. Now, this is a pub that has closed down now. It's the Brit in Ramsey. It's closed now. It closed, oh God, about 3 years ago, I think. The building is still empty. It's up for sale, but the brewery have put some terms and conditions on it that whoever buys it can't reopen it as a pub to compete with them. And these are the two machines that this pub had when I went in there a few years ago and videoed for my earlier incarnation of my YouTube channel. As you can see there, they had both an Alien and a trappable Star Wars, where you could get the Invincible board on the Star Wars. I didn't have the Star Wars method at that time, but I did have the Alien method, and for shame, I didn't even try it. And it had been explained to me, and it just looked so complicated to me that I didn't even give it a go. And with the benefit of hindsight, and I think you can maybe see from this video here, that this Alien was ready. It was ready to go, and I could have done it, and I could have... Oh, there we are. That was a fairly short video, wasn't it? I think I talk over the top there and say that, yeah, it didn't seem that happy. It was boarding. It was offering me a $5 or whatever, and I just collected it back out. And, of course, knowing what I know now, an Alien that's boarding you can get a jackpot out of. So being timid there cost me dearly. I got on these a little bit late. If I'd have got on these Aliens earlier on and used the knowledge that I had and tried to work out the method from the information that I had, I could have made far more money than I did. But I did okay on them. They were still fairly profitable one way or another. And here's another one that I had locally as well, next to a Family Guy there, which is really annoying. That was another one that I should have gotten. In fact, I've actually got some credits in there. You can see the start buttons flashing. And I was complaining about the fact it didn't seem that live. The very fact that I got some money in the bank and the thing was boarding tells you everything that you need to know. So I am retrospectively kicking myself a little bit over this, because I had the method on this, and if I'd just taken the time to get it properly bottomed out, I could have made some fairly rude money out of these things. But as it is, I did okay. I didn't do too bad, but yeah, I wish I'd have got on them a little bit sooner. But just for the record there, it is worth noting that these look oh, there, we've just gone to the Family Guy there. I'll re-upload that video at some point. But just have a look at that, because these are really, really good looking machines. Aliens are fantastic looking fruit machines. It does come over in the DX here. Tommy has done a fantastic job on this DX. It does come across, and if you can play it in a dark room on a big screen, you're in for a treat, and it does a remarkably good job of conveying just how good the real machine looked. But the real machine itself, let's be honest about this, outside of the method, was shit. It was an absolutely shit fruit machine if you didn't know the method, or you weren't doing the method on one that wasn't actually being done. They had a very similar profile to the flickers. They were incredibly flat profile. You'd get on the board, they'd let you high-low a bit, they'd let you dick about, but they'd never let you get close to the actual sort of £70 or the Mega Streak until they were good and ready. And the Megas, even if you forced them out, because I used to force these things before I knew how to do them, or before I actually got my head around the method. I did technically know how to do them, I just hadn't taken the time to actually put it into practice. But once you finally forced them out for the Mega, they either went flat or they'd go for like 80 or 85 or 90 or something like that. They're a dreary, dreary machine to play. I know some people hold Alien and this £70 era of Barcrest up as being a fantastic time for fruit machines. But if you disassociate yourself as a professional player from what they were, which is really good money earners, as actual fruit machines, they're absolute dog shit. They're horrible things to play. They're tremendously boring. I mean, fire up Alien and play it normally. Pretend that you don't know the method, load this layout in and just play it as you would any other fruit machine. They're awful, awful things. And I think the whole £70 era, really, and Barcrest £70 has played their part in this, is pretty much what the final nail in the AWP coffin, because they're dreadful machines to play. So all that said, what is the method here? Well, we've got some footage here of one of the clones being trapped, and I will be trying to replicate this in Alien here. Now, this is a Leprechaun's Gold, I think it's called, this machine. The standard Irish variation, which always crops up with any fruit machine or online slot, you can guarantee if any clones are done, if it doesn't start off as Irish themed, there's always going to be an Irish themed one by the end. And what you're seeing here will be hopefully replicated when I do the video, with the bonus gamble, climbing up the board, getting the steps, getting the extra life, and then sort of semi-cheating your way up to out of this world. It's called something different on this. I'm not entirely sure you can see it. Now, this guy here is a really, really good player. This is his personal machine that he's bought purely for the purposes of getting his head around this method and learning every single facet of the machine. And he will be trapping himself. There we are. So he's going to gamble up from his lucky 7. Up to the top there, and up to the feature. Time for a jig, is it called? Is that the one? And there we are. Let's just watch the jackpot come in there. There we go. Well done, fella. And there's his £70 jackpot. Oh, well done. You hit the jackpot. Oh, yeah, the Leprechaun's Gold, it's called. Absolute straight clone. That is the most cloniest clone you can possibly imagine. And, of course, it never, ever, ever repeats. And this is the same guy on the same machine. There he is. He's just after he's trapped it. Now, what he's trying to demonstrate here is how absolutely nailed into the ground you can make one of these machines. This is Alien and its clone Leprechaun's Gold here. I can't even remember if there was another one. I never saw a Leprechaun's Gold over here, and if there was another clone, I never saw one. The only ones that we had over here were the Alien machines. And what he's done here is trapped it and trapped it and trapped it until it's absolutely on the bones of its arse. And what you will see here is rather scary, is how much it is possible for a fruit machine to take for a board. And this kind of gets back to what I was saying, is why the £70 era killed the AWP. I'm sure a lot of players made a lot of money off the £70 Barcrest, but I think these were, along with the Dons, which were absolutely, you could nail the Dons into the floor as well, machines like this that basically left nothing whatsoever for everybody else, because every single penny of value was taken out of them by players, and what you could leave in your wake. And I'm not blaming you, don't get me wrong, I'm not fucking moralising over this, because I did exactly the same. Once I actually got my head around the aliens, I nailed them as hard as I could around here, and just made hay while the sun shines, as you would, because you know it's going to not last forever, you know the machine's going to be moved on, you know that the good times will not last in that regard. So I don't blame anyone for making whatever money that they could while they could, but we've got to be realistic about this. It's machines like this that could be taken into this state that really were responsible for what I would consider to be the final death of the fruit machine, and it's only just limping on now in what we would call the betcom era, where you've got this really flat gnome profile whereby everyone's just forcing them out, and you'll get your 100 or your 150 at the end of it. I know there's a few power plays still out there and Batman power-ups, the absolute last vestiges of what you might call playable machines, but really the compensated AWP, as we understand it, is effectively finished. And it's shit like this, frankly, that was part of that happening, which is, you know, if you've been watching here, you'll see that this guy here has gone through an entire, I think it's £70. He had £70 in the bank, which he has gone through on £1 to go, and it has not offered him a single win. That's 70 quid, so he's going to have to put more money in now. That's £70 gone without a feature, without a win, without anything, and I think it finally lets him in here. So you're talking there, what, £72, £73 to get a win. Is it any wonder that these things are now effectively extinct, when you can have a fruit machine take over £70 just to get on the board? So, with all that said, I'm going to have a go at the one here. We've got current session stats there. I'm a little bit rusty. I had a little practice at this a week or two ago, but unfortunately I've probably lost that little bit of finesse that I had back in the tank there. So, I'll give it my best go. So, and what I'm going to do is actually follow my own guide here. Now then, I'm going to sort of take this from the start upwards. So if you are very, very familiar with Alien, I apologise, I'm going to be taking this down to brass tacks, because the fundamental principle behind trapping a jackpot on a P4 Alien was that you could get it into the point where this bonus gamble here on the feature could not kill you. Now, anytime you get onto the board, doesn't matter with a £1 win or anything up from that, whenever you're on the board, you can press that button there. See there, the bonus gamble, and it spins around, and basically it gives you something good. Every single position there is something good apart from that one there, which is, technically it's a face hugger, but I'm going to call it alien. If it aliens you, it can do one of two things. It can give you a cash or a bust. Bust is what it sounds like, you just lose, and cash is like a random dapple around the board, which can give you a feature or a quid, a 4 quid, or whatever it may be. Now, the trick around this, the whole principle behind a P4 Alien, is that you can get the machine into a state whereby that is effectively removed from the bonus gamble. So imagine that bonus gamble there, but it could only give you the good stuff. It can't actually alien you. Once you can get the machine into that state, what you can then do is bonus gamble at will as much as you want to get the things that you need in stock, as it were, to get you up to this feature here, which is called Out of This World. And Out of This World is a jackpot feature as long as you can hit the cumulative total of 18 in the middle here. And there are 2 stops that do it. You've got the 810 there, adds up to 18, and you've got the 612 there that adds up to 18. And if you count up the side here from a quid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So what we're trying to do is get to the feature Out of This World, hit an 18 on the high-low reel, and that's going to give us a £70 jackpot. And we're going to do that by getting this bonus into a state where the alien is effectively removed from the bonus gamble. Once that happens, we're going to try and collect 3 steps, an extra life, and a lucky 7. Once we have our 3 steps, our extra life, and our lucky 7, we're then going to use those to get up the board. The machine will not see the danger coming, and it's going to let us get, albeit somewhat against its will, to Out of This World, and we're going to take a jackpot, and we can potentially do that multiple times. Now, let's go down the method here. And this would be not a bad place to start. I think I've summarised it fairly well here. This, like I said, this was how I explained it to somebody else. So first off, let's go down it one step at a time. Check that the game is boarding on 25p play. Any win is what you're after, or even a hold after nudges for 3 different symbols counts. This shouldn't take more than about 5 or 6 quid. And then in brackets, it'll always be boarding in the emulator unless you properly hammered it out in the wild. This was the test to see if the machine had been battered. So let's get a £5 in. Let's get a £5's worth of credits and see if we can get on the board. That is all that we are trying to do here. Or get a hold after nudges for 3. Well, hold after nudges for a win would be fine, but even a hold after nudges for 3 different symbols on the win line will count as well. That effectively counts. We can take that as a board. Didn't hold after nudges for a quid there. And basically, if it doesn't let you on the board within 5 or 6 quid, you can basically say that it's been done. It's been spannered by a pro who's got there before you, and you probably want to move away. That's fine. Can you see there? I can get a quid. So that hasn't cost me too much, and I'm on the board. That's all I need to know. That is stage 1 fulfilled, and that tells me that this machine hasn't been already nailed by a pro player, and I should be okay. Well, in fact, in essence, that tells me now, it's as simple as that. The very fact that I got on the board within 4 quid on 25p a go, that tells me that there's a jackpot in this. There's a £70 jackpot in it. So that's stage 1 done. Let's go on to stage 2. Go up to £1 a play and lose exactly £40. And it has to be exactly £40. You can go over, but you can't go under. If you do 39 quid, this won't work. It has to be 40 quid. So let's go in here and get £40 of credits in the bank. That's lots of pound coins going in there. You don't have to do it all at once, but it makes it easy to count. Particularly if you've had a few beers, it makes it easy to keep track of where you're up to if you know you've got £40 of credits. So we are now going to play through this £40 of credits as quickly as we can. And as you can see there on stage 2, over on the left, the highlighted text, it's basically lose exactly £40. Do not collect anything or the bonus gamble trick won't work. Avoid wins and features, as this just slows you down. Literally just lose £40 as fast as you can. So that's what we're going to do here. We are now just trying to lose our money as quickly as possible. I guess you could... So there we've got a hold after nudges. So I'm just going to do a deliberate bad hold there because we don't want a win here. Oh, we're just trying... There are lots of nudges on the middle reel there. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter if you get more nudges or a bonus or whatever, as long as you don't bank anything. That is the main thing here. Being offered a win is fine. Being offered a feature or whatever it may be. Even getting on the board is okay. You know, you can take a win and gamble up the board or whatever it may be. The critical thing is that you cannot get a penny in the bank for £40 of credits at £1 a play. And that's what we're doing here. And this is what you had to do on the real thing. Basically, get it boarding or check that it's boarding on 25p a go. And then spunk 40 quid as fast as you can. Now, why it's exactly 40 quid, I have no idea. It was a bit of a Barcrest thing at the time where there's more than one machine that did weird stuff or got itself into a slightly weird state if you lost 40 quid on it. I think It's Amazing or Pac-Man was another one, something like that, where it unlocked certain skill features if you got £40 of credits through them without taking anything whatsoever. So we're nearly there. That's our 40 quid done. That didn't take very long, did it? So let's move on to stage 3, which is go back to 25p a play and play for a low win. Preferably oranges mix 7 single bars. And I'll move on to stage 4 before I even do that, because stage 3 will make sense in that context. We're basically trying to get on the feature as low down as we can. And that is because we now want to gather these 3 things here, which are 3 steps, which you can see there, the extra life, which is off the bonus, and the lucky 7, which is also off the bonus. And we're doing that by effectively bonus gambling. We're going to keep pressing this bonus gamble button here. Now, stage 2, where we lost that 40 quid on £1 a go, is what is required. For some reason, I do not know why. That then puts the bonus gamble in the state where it will not hit the alien. So we're going to use that bonus gamble again and again and again to get 3 steps, extra life, and lucky 7. However, when I say it will not hit the alien, it will only not hit the alien as long as certain conditions are met. And this is this bit here. So there we are. You can't get aliened on the bonus gamble as long as none of the following conditions are true. So this is a big long list here, and none of these can be met, otherwise it can and will alien you if it wants to. So, you can't have a high-low gamble available that can't be lost. You're at £5 or more on the cash trail up the side. You're above 8 KOs on the feature. Imagine there's a line straight across there. Once you're above 8 KOs, so that line there where 8 KOs is okay. That line just above 8 KOs is not okay. And then there are several ways that we can define a high-low gamble that can't be lost. Now, obvious ones would be if you've got a 1 or a 12. If you've got a 1 or a 12 on either side, you obviously can't lose that gamble. So if you press bonus gamble when you've got a 1 or a 12, it can land you on the alien. Then you've got to take into account your steps. If you're on a number that steps to a 1 or a 12, that's then considered an unlosable high-low gamble because you can get to it. So, for example, look over to the right here where I've got the number reel. If I've got 6-2 showing and I've got one step, I can step to 1-6. 1, of course, is an unlosable high-low gamble, so it can alien me off the bonus. Also, what counts there is a hint. If you get a hint, it will tell you what the next number is going to be. That counts as an unlosable gamble, so if you press bonus gamble when you've got a hint, it can alien you. And lucky 7 counts in this as well, and not just if you've got a lucky 7 showing. So if you're on a 7 and you've got the lucky 7 bonus, then obviously that's an unlosable gamble because it will just use the lucky 7. But also if you can step to a 7, that will also, and you've got a lucky 7, that will also count as an unlosable gamble. So if you're on 11-9 here, or the 9-11 bonus, with one step and you've got a lucky 7, you can step to 5-7 and then you've got an unlosable gamble, and at that point it can alien you. So the safe places that you want to be really are 4-9 and 10-4. You can see there right at the top of the reel, because if you take 3 steps after both of those, they go to that one, 7-9, 11-8, 3-10. So you can always bonus gamble on 4-9 and 10-4, because even with 3 steps, you cannot step to a 1 or a 12. That goes out the window if you've got a lucky 7. If you get a lucky 7 before you want it, you've got to get rid of it, because you can then step to a 7, and you've got to be careful for that when you're taking into account when you can bonus gamble and when you can't bonus gamble. It's not just if you can step to a 1 or a 12, it's if you can step to a 7 if you've got a lucky 7. And why do we care about this? Why is it so important that we don't get aliened? Because if you get aliened, as previously mentioned, it will give you cash or bust. Now, if it gives you bust, that's actually fine because you've lost and you haven't collected anything. But do you remember step 2 here, where you go up to £1 a play and lose exactly £40, don't collect anything, or the bonus gamble trick won't work? Well, if you hit the alien off a bonus gamble and it gives you a cash value, even a quid, just one single pound, that then breaks the bonus gamble and it will alien you at will at that point. The bonus gamble isn't then locked in your favour as long as you then obey all the rules under number 4. So at that point we can't just keep pressing bonus gamble to collect our 3 steps, our extra life and our lucky 7. So we have to make sure that the bonus gamble is unlocked, and we also have to make sure that it doesn't alien us, because if it aliens us and gives us a cash value, it's fucked. And to get the bonus gamble unlocked again, we've then got to go through another 40 quid on £1 a play. And I did stuff this up a couple of times when I was getting my head around this on the real machine. By accident, I didn't quite make sure that all the conditions were fulfilled for it being a safe bonus gamble. It landed on the alien, gave me some shitty win like 2 quid or 3 quid or whatever it was off the cash or bust, and then I've got to put through another 40 quid to get the bonus gamble unlocked into that safe state where it won't hit the alien. So, of all the methods that I've ever had, this is the trickiest, I would say, or certainly one of the trickiest, one of the most involved, and one of the easiest ones to fuck up. And there is a genuine financial cost to fucking this one up, because if you mess it up and it forces a win on you, even a quid, you then got to put 40 quid back through it to get the bonus gamble unlocked again, so it really knocks you back and reduces the amount of profit that you're going to take out of the machine. So, with all that said, let's move on to stage 5. You can see the text on the left-hand side, which should be readable if you're on a decent sized screen. And what we're basically doing now is back down on 25p a go. We are now just playing for the lowest win that we can get. And £1 is fine, because that's going to start us right down at the bottom. Obviously, it's just taken 40 odd quid in cold blood, so the idea is that it should be fairly happy to give us a board. Now then, so 10-3, you can see there, we haven't got any steps yet. So what I can do now, that I have now got a safe bonus gamble, because I cannot get an unlosable high-low gamble, so I can press bonus gamble and it will not hit the alien. Now what I'm going to do is use real skill to get to 4-9 or 10-4. So it's after the 4-8. There we are. So now I'm at 4-9 and I can press bonus gamble again. And incidentally, this machine does not make it easy. Even if that sounds complicated enough thus far, it's still going to play the bastard about it. It does not make it easy to do. But I can now safely bonus gamble, and it's given me a hint. So the problem with the hint is that I now have an unlosable gamble. It doesn't matter which button I press here, because obviously I'm going to win the gamble. So if I press bonus gamble now, it could actually land on the alien, give me cash or bust, give me a quid, and then I've got £40 back through to get the bonus unlocked. So I've got to go with it there. I've got to gamble. So I'm back on 10-3. I can now have a bonus gamble. So let's do that. Oh god, another hint, you absolute pig. So we'll go for, that'll give me 8-10 over there, I suppose. I'm still okay. I can bonus gamble. It's actually been a bit of twatty given. Oh, what, another hint? You can fuck off. And it's given me a 1. That is really bad. So now I've got an unlosable gamble. On a 1, I've got an unlosable gamble, so I've got to go with that. So 10-3, I can now bonus gamble again. Don't you dare give me another hint. So change number. I'll risk it. Oh god, I probably shouldn't. I'm hoping to get to, well, 9-11's okay. So lucky 7. The problem with that is, oh god, one step now is going to fuck me. So let's have a look. We can. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stuff this up. I can tell you now. So 4-9. I can actually gamble on 4-9, because even with, you know what, it's absolutely stuffing me on the hints here. I'll go lower on that. I've got to be super careful here, because I've got the lucky 7. So 11-8. I can bonus gamble on 11-8. I need to get an extra. Oh, there's 2. So I'm on 11-8. So that goes to a 12. That's the problem now. 11-8 goes to a 12. So I have technically got an unlosable gamble now, and I'm getting into the territory where it can. This is fucked. This one is fucked. I'm just going to have to give up. I'm not going to make it on this one. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valour. Well, I've got a lucky 7. I've got 2 steps. It's not. Whatever I do now, it's not going to let me get there, I don't think. Is there any way I can do this? If I... let's go with that. And then I can step. I can't imagine me... Oh, and then step again. Do you think it's going to let me win? I don't think it's going to let me win. There we are, that's bollocks. Now then, it's possible that I could have done that there. I was always a little bit of a one-trick pony on this machine. I do believe there are other ways that you can get into it. You don't have to do it through the straight up the middle, as it were, method. But I always just tried to do it like that, and it was really, really a shit there with the hints. So we've got a 310. Let's have a look. So straight out the gate there. So 310 steps to a 12. Well, you know, I'm just going to get rid of it. 2-5. Step goes to 10-3. Let's have a look. That may have not been the best thing to do, to be honest. Oh, hint! Stop with these hints, you absolute bastards. We've got to go with that, because that's unlosable. We've got to go with that. 6-2. I've still got... That's still technically an unlosable gamble. So, you see there, 6-2 steps to 1-6. I really need to try and get that 4-9. There we are. So there's the 4-9. Okay. I'm in the safety zone here as long as it doesn't hint me or some shit like that. Oh, God almighty. I think while I was practicing this, I've left it in a little bit of a bad mood. So let's have a look. 3-10. And 3-10 steps to a 12-5. Can you see there on the right-hand side? 3-10 steps to a 12-5. So I'm going to have to go with it. 10-4. Right, I'm in the safety zone again. This is the other thing. If you're a bit shit at this like I am, it's far, far better to just bin off the board and let it lose than risk it aliening you and giving you a cash or bust. So let's have that. So I'm on the 4-9. I can bonus gamble here. Come on, you twat. Bonus. Don't give me a hint. Change number. We want to say no to that because we're happy on the 4-9. The 4-9 is the best place to be, along with 10-4. So it will just keep doing this. So we'll go back to 4-9 off the real skill. We'll bonus gamble again. This is a big ask, to be honest with you. I need 2 more steps. Oh, a hint! You can fuck off. Right. Oh, what are we going to do here? Oh, this is just shite. It's fucked me here. So 1-6. I can still technically... Oh, there's me lucky say. You piss off. So I think I can bonus gamble on that. It won't alien me on that. This has just been an arsehole. It really is. So let's see if I can get in that way. Oh. I predict death in my future when I go lower than this 10. And there it is. Okay. Now, if you're watching this, if you're a good player of this, you may well be watching this and think, you know what, Degsy, you could have done this, you could have done that, you fucked it up. Yeah, I'm entirely prepared to accept that. No problem. I'm just kind of replicating how I used to play this for real, and I did do okay out of them. So I've got an 8-10, which is fine. I can bonus gamble on that. It will not alien me. Super bonus, that's great. So we can take the extra life off that, because it is most reluctant to give the extra life, but the extra life doesn't count as a no-lose gamble because of course it can still technically take the extra life off you, which counts as a death, which counts as not an unlosable gamble. So we've got the extra life, you've got 1 step, I want another step, there's 2 steps, that's better. 3rd step would be fantastic here. Oh, it took the extra life off me. Shall we try it? Okay, bonus. Yeah, no. Oh, 2-6. Actually pressed... I meant to press... Okay, so we've got to go with that. Oh, 4-9. So, can it alien me again now? Let's find out. So there's 3 steps. I need an extra life again. And I need a lucky 7. Okay. Change number, no. I genuinely don't know if it can actually alien me now. Okay, we'll just kill that as quick. Feature taxi. No. I mean, it has taken the life off me. But I don't have an unlosable gamble, so that to me would suggest that I should still be okay to bonus gamble here. We'll soon find out. It's many, many years since I've played a real one of these, so Let's do that. I do need to get the extra life back now. That's the problem. Remember, the absolute nightmare scenario here is that it aliens me and then gives me an actual cash value, because then I've got to put 40 quid back through to get the bonus unlocked again. Come on, give me an extra life. Cash advance. I'm okay at the minute. If that cash gets up to 5 quid, I've got to bin it as well. Bonus, extra life. Come on. Just kill feature taxi. I just want to stay down the board here as low as I can. I'm not feeling good about this one, I've got to be honest with you. Come on, you fucker. They were hard work sometimes, these. They really, especially when you're shit. There's the lucky 7. And the problem now is, of course, that I've got an unlosable gamble. So I've kind of got to go for it now. There's no 10-4. I guess I could technically step. Let's see if I can do that. So there's... And then I've got to take the lucky 7. Maybe it'll give me the 4-9 back. There we are. It has given me the 4-9 back. So now what I've got to do is try and get the extra life again. Oh, Jesus. So I need an extra life and a lucky 7 now, which is a bit of an ask. Change number. No, we do not want to change the number. No. You can see here, though, it's not aliening me because I cannot get myself to an unlosable gamble. I'm on this 4-9. I've got 3 steps. I cannot get to a 1 or a 12. I haven't got a lucky 7. I haven't got a hint. And none of the other criteria fulfilled. I'm not up to £5 on the cash stack. I'm not above 8 KOs on the board. So I can just keep pressing this button all day. Now I've got to stop it back on that again. There we are, back on 4-9. So I can just keep doing this. And what I'm really, really hoping for here is to be able to get... Fuck, no lose. That then counts. That's exactly what it sounds like now. If I press bonus gamble, it can and will alien me. So I'm in a bit of a rough spot here, really. Fucking da. Oh, God. So... I could do with being on 10-4 or 4-9 here, couldn't I? 8-10 is no good. It's last chance saloon here. 2-6 is no good either. So 2-6-2 obviously steps to a 1-6. So this is fucked. I'm not going to make it. Lucky 7. Oh, I bet you £1 million it doesn't put me within 3 steps of this. So 10, 6, 4, plus step, 6, 4. It's going to lose all day, every day. That's going to lose because that is effectively to a jackpot. It is absolutely playing the arsehole here. Back in again. Can we get... Yeah, we can get back in with £1. This is fine, though. I mean, this is okay insofar as... This is far, far better just to play badly, as I'm doing, and not actually get a cash or bust forced on you. So 8-10, I can bonus gamble on that. I can actually gamble up to 2 steps on that. So feature taxi, we don't want to go anywhere off that. We'll just wedge it. There's 1 step. I'm okay up to 2 steps. You see 8-10 goes to 6-2, which, oh, that's fine. Now I can get to... I can use that to get to the 4-9. Or 10-4, doesn't matter. Same thing. 4-9 and 10-4 are basically as good as each other. There, I can get the extra life. That's good. Getting the extra life is good. So I've got the extra life. Now I need 2 more steps and a lucky 7. The extra life is the hardest one to get. Shit. 10. I don't want the lucky 7 now. So I'm going to have to get rid of that. Because it's going to fuck me up. No lose. Jesus. That is a really bad combo there. So no lose means that I can't actually lose off the alien gamble here. That's what I got wrong in the last video, by the way. So no lose, I can bonus gamble again, because if I hit the alien, it will just actually... Oh, I don't think you can hit the alien, or if it does, it'll just take the no-lose off me. Lucky 7 again. Jesus Christ. So 6-2. I can't... I haven't got a step yet. So we can use that to get to... So... There we are. So I've got my extra life. I now need 3 steps and a look. Oh, and a fucking hint. This is remorseless. 310. So that... you know what? I haven't got a step yet, so I can actually bonus gamble on that. Because I can't... Oh, there we are. We can use it again. There we are. It really is making heavy weather of this. Step. That's 1 step. I need 2 more steps and I want me lucky 7. Come on, don't give me a hint or some shit like that. Change number. No. You want to stay on the 4-9 and bonus gamble again. Another step. Good. That's good. Now I want me... one last step. There we are. Now I want a lucky 7. Come on. And the way to do this is... Oh... What I want to do now is get real skill and get to the 11-9 because that will probably give me the lucky 7. So I'm looking for real skill now. There we are. Okay, so it's after... So it's 11, 8, 3, 10. I've forgotten all this. There we are now. Hopefully this will give me lucky 7. Come on. No, we can bonus gamble there. And then I want to get this to the lucky 7. No. No. Come on, lucky 7. Lucky 7. So we'll do that again. Lucky 7, please. Come on. There it is. Rah! Fucking hell. Right then. Now, this should be it. So what we're aiming for now is 8 KOs. It should let me get there. So we're up to this bit here. We're up to step 6. So we gamble to 8 KOs. So we've got to 8 KOs. And then what we do is... So now we gamble to the left. We want to go to the left with the number. And now we gamble right to streak. And this will probably take the extra life at this point. There goes the extra life. And the idea now is that it's going to put a steppable 7 within 3 steps. For 4-9. Now steps. We go step, step. And now we've got a cash advance. We don't care. Now we've got our lucky 7. So you can see why we needed the extra life and why we needed the steps. Now we can go higher than the set, higher or lower, it doesn't matter. Then we can take the feature, and now all I've got to do is hit this bloody thing to get a jackpot. Let me just remind myself. Oh, and there it is. Finally, we have teased a jackpot out of the bastard. Let's enjoy this hard-earned jackpot sequence. 70 quid. And there we got our £70 jackpot. Fuck me. Which never, ever, 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 ever repeats. It literally never repeats. It's probably breaking some fucking law that by claiming to be a repeat chance. And what you can do now is basically go round again. I'm not going to do it again. I'm rather drained after that. They were hard work, these fucking things. It could turn like going out to the pub into a fairly stressful experience because there really was a penalty for getting these ones wrong. If you fucked up an alien, the issue was that if you did something wrong and it hit the alien and then gave you a cash or bust and gave you any cash value, you were then basically £40 back in to get the bonus unlocked. It was a really quite involved method, but quite a satisfying one to do. Do be aware, I am sure that some of you there were watching think, you know what, Degsy, you could have had that earlier, you could have done this, you could have done that, blah, blah, blah. The point there is, what I hope you can see is, it didn't really cost me. Even though I may have been able to get it on the board before the one I got it on, or the board before that, because the boards come in really quite quickly, they're only like £1 or £2 apart. Even with slightly suboptimal play, and I am more than prepared to accept that my play is suboptimal, you could make money on these things. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm not going to go through it again, but this is what you would do on the real thing to just see if it had another one in it. And you'd just put a few quid back in. You'd basically put a 5 or 6 quid back in and just see if you could get a board or a hold after nudges for 3 mixed symbols. And this is not looking too great. I think I actually spanned this quite badly a week or 2 ago when I was practicing for this video. I was meaning to get this video done sooner than I actually have, so I've kind of forgotten a little bit. Now that counts. Can you see there? It has held after nudges for 3 different symbols. So that is not actually a win. That is not a win, but that counts for the purposes of this. That actually counts as boarding. So we're actually happy with that. And what you would do now, at this moment in time, what I would do is put £40 back in, £1 to go, play it through and do exactly what you saw there. What I will do is add this description here into the description of the video itself, so you've got all the information so that you can have a go at this for yourself. That was a little bit of a messy one there. It really dicked me about. You could see what it was doing with the hints, not letting me sort of get into the setup that I wanted, but I did get there in the end, albeit a little bit messily. And please, before you slam me in the comments, I am not presenting that as the perfect way of doing it. I am sure that a better player than me could have got it a board or 2 earlier, but maybe that demonstrates how even like a little bit of a hacker like me, with the information, with a little bit of practice, could do well enough to actually make money on these. So I was like 20 quid up when I got the jackpot there, and I would expect now to be able to take it around for another jackpot and make another 20 to 25 pounds. So if they had 2 in them, you'd be making between 40 and 50 quid. If they had 3 in them, you'd be making maybe 60, 65, 70 quid, but they did clam up. And once in a while you would find them in a really bad mood. I remember finding one here that I think somebody else had got onto it, and it was in the state that was referred to by players as just about 1 in it. If you thought it dicked me about a little bit there, it dicked me about far more than that. And I ended up winning like a tenner. I was tussling with the thing for a long time and ended up winning a tenner. And then it didn't board afterwards. It was on its arse after that. And that's the state where, yes, it's just about got 1 in it. So a complicated method, a fairly involved method, but quite a satisfying one when you finally get the jackpot out of it. And do remember, it's not just limited to the 1 jackpot. As long as it's boarding again or holding after nudges, as this one was here, you can go round again, and you can do it again and again until it stops boarding. Ordinarily, you'd find him with 2 or 3 in them if nobody else was on them, maybe 4 at the outer edge. So there you go, that is a rerun of Alien. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'll catch up with you next time. Thank you very much for watching, but goodbye for now.